All right, I think we are going live. We still have some weird YouTube bug where we have to do this. It's such a weird way. I don't love how we have to do this. I'll admit. So we've got bugs what we're dealing with, but we're going to openly assume. We're just going to assume that we're live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday Morning Magic, the most fun you can have on this entire YouTube channel every single Friday morning. We have so much to talk about today. We are going to kick our weekend off right, talking about the TCGs that we love, the hobbies that we shared together, and, of course, consuming some delicious coffee, because on what Friday morning is not complete without a coffee. The coffee has become a meme, both here and in the Discord, because the Friday Morning Magic live stream came about because I don't have a ton of time between making videos, you know, the whole dad thing, family at the house, full-time job. I can't live stream as much as I would like to, because live streaming it's a blast. It's a lot of fun to do, but I didn't want to give it up completely. So the only window I had was Monday or Friday mornings before work to jump on a live stream. So it became a meme, like, hey, if we are going to live stream, it's going to be Friday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. It's going to be a coffee, caffeine-induced live stream. So cheers to each and every one of you. I hope you are having an awesome, awesome Friday. Scruffy Looking Gaming, the first in the chat. If you are here, if you are hanging out, drop a hello in chat. Let us know you're here. Scruffy, good morning. Good to see you again this week. Good to see you back. We've got a fun Lorcana topic to talk about in the back half of the stream that I know you like. Scruffy Looking Gaming, big shout out, huge Lorcana player and fantastic TCG player all around. Like, what if Scruffy Looking Gaming, if a game comes out, they play it and they're good at it. Brett Johnson, yo, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I will drop a link really quick right now to the Discord. It will be good for this live stream and this live stream only. So let me grab that. Let me get that generated for all of you guys hanging out in the chat this morning. Let's generate a link for the Discord. Here we go. If you haven't joined yet, consider joining the Discord, jumping in on the community, getting notifications, and all the other fun stuff that we find time to talk about. But yes, we need to talk Modern Horizons 3 today because the pump continues. The meteoric rise to what might be the best Magic the Gathering set of all time continues. The train does not stop. We have Star Wars Unlimited only offering set 2 to stores that took set 1 allegedly. We're going to talk some fun scenarios, some drama there. I do want to revisit sometime in this stream, because we don't always just stick to the plan, visit some old Magic, talk about some old, not like vintage Magic, but Magic from the last 2 to 3 years, some of those price swings, because there's a lot of conversation about that right now. We can talk about what I think is going on and what you guys think is going on, because hey, you're here on a live stream. It's a conversation. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. And we need to talk about Disney Lorcana. So let's start getting into it. Cheers to everyone in chat. Brett Johnson says he's nice live in ATL. Oh, you're live in Atlanta. Let's go. I've been to Atlanta once. I love Atlanta. I was a big fan of Atlanta. I will openly admit. I was a big Atlanta fan. So let me get this chat going over here, because you guys know that YouTube has been giving me a real headache recently. And while we get into things, we'll get the chat on the screen for you guys so that everyone can see what's going on. Steve-O, good morning. Welcome to the stream, and let's dive into some Modern Horizons 3. It's become a standard practice of mine to make sure that the analytics tool is running on Friday mornings to get some good updates for all of us. So we are working with up to the minute data. We are working with literally whatever topics we're discussing of that day. It's data pulled right as the live stream is going. In fact, Ursula's return for Lorcana data is being pulled literally as we talk. But we're starting with Modern Horizons 3. So let's take a look as the sales numbers continue to climb. Did a video yesterday, we were at about 1,400. Devin Mychan, morning to the GOAT. Welcome back to the stream, Devin. Channel member Devin, helping support what is Cardboard Finance. So all of you guys can go check out this data for yourself too. All channel member proceeds go to support the web application, so that doesn't come out of my pocket. So Devin, thank you, big homie. Appreciate you. So as we see the sales continue to climb up from 1,400, racing towards 1,600, over $2 million spent, and the Play Booster Box leading the way. I've talked about it in a couple of videos now. This is a big deal for me, to see the Play Booster Box being the product that leads the way in Modern Horizons 3. Well, you know, I didn't see it coming. I figured the Commander deck set would outsell the Play Booster Box. Now, there's a couple caveats here. Remember, we had the TCG Player Mayhem sale with all of the craziness that you could ever want in a TCG player sale, and we did have a banner ad for Modern Horizons 3 Play Booster Boxes for $229. And as we see on the secondary market, look at that recovery. Look at that recovery. This is just nuts. Remember, these were on sale for, I think, $229. And like, to see this product not even blink, not even flicker, and just say, yep, you know what, we're gonna stay back at, we're gonna go back to 268. The average, we're bumping up the average sold price in May already to 238 from 229, just because boxes keep selling at these higher price points. It's pretty crazy when you think about everything going on with Modern Horizons 3. Now, we did have an example of a bad, you know, let's call it what it is. It was a bad set. It was a bad set, right? So we have the Karlov Manor set, and we have a similar, you know, sale, a similar situation with a TCG player sale that kind of took the market down to what we thought was a low, and it had, you know, never recovered. Difference is, like, I don't think it's fair to compare Karlov Manor Play Booster Boxes and Modern Horizons 3 Play Booster Boxes. I think Modern Horizons 3 Play Booster Boxes not only reach a much wider audience, there's much less controversy of, we don't like the set, we don't like detective hats on our Magic the Gathering. We've had a couple sets to get our feet wet, understand what happens and how the Play Booster Box works. So I think we exist in a very different ecosystem now than we did in the past. But I still think, like, hey man, like, just based on this statement, $100 Magic Box in 2024, $100 booster box of Magic the Gathering in 2024, like, seems pretty decent. Seems pretty decent. So I'm still pretty high on, like, this being a fun product to have around. Oh, whoa! I have a live stream going. So, oh, is that? I did an audio check. Okay. Whew! I heard my own voice for a second. I was like, oh my goodness. Have you guys ever heard your own voice on camera? Have you ever heard, like, a recording of your own voice, like, by surprise? It's fine when you expect it. It is not fine by surprise. So, caffeine-induced live stream, baby. Let's go. Chat is a bit quiet this morning. This is new for me. Normally you guys are going nuts. This is kind of like, this is a bit more ranty. Ooh, I like it. It's a bit more ranty. That's all right. I can rant on a Friday morning. I'm down. So the Play Booster Box kind of carrying the way, not something that I saw coming, but the Commander deck set being near the top of this list just makes a ton of sense to me. So, like, and this is where things get a bit annoying. To find the Commander product, you actually have to select Commander in Modern Horizons 3. That's no fun. Mr. DJ Longhair, that's all my streams, caffeine included. Mr. DJ Longhair, I'm a big fan of your streams. I love them. I love your streams. Steve, I wasn't being critical. I'm saying, listen, you guys want me to rant? I'll rant, baby. Working. You're working. Listen, I'm going there right after this, so I hear you. So the Commander deck set is something I did expect to be near the top of this list. I 100% expected the Commander deck set to really pop when it comes to Modern Horizons 3, and ooh, check out that retailer. Look who's selling these Commander deck sets. Big shout out, MVP Sports and Games. Always, let's say, setting the tone. Always setting the tone for a Magic the Gathering release. Literally, they've got to have a tool. They've got to have a tool that's undercutting everyone by 1 cent. Good morning, Baron. Welcome back to the stream. So I expected these to be at the top of the list. What I did not expect, and I will admit that I did not expect this. Let's see. So we've included Commander. Let's go price high to low. And I will admit, I did not expect these to sell as few copies as they have. Josh, you're looking extra buff this morning. You just came from the gym. No, I'm doing a bulk, though. So I feel very self-conscious at the moment. That's Scruffy. Scruffy, is it because I compliment your beard? You're always in the stream saying nice things about me and building up my confidence when I know that I don't deserve it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do. Mr. D just said they're a little bit of flash sales as like buyers. 63 MH3 bundles are great buy point for those not willing to spend hundreds. 100%. Oh, Steve-O. Oh, look at Steve-O. Steve-O, getting into the takes. Get into the takes. We will get there. Deal Gaming. I've been in a bulk phase since my early 20s. Yeah, I'm trying. Like, listen, me too. But I'm trying. I'm gonna try to like bulk and then cut. So I've been lifting really heavy stuff, and then now I got to do the hard part where I don't get to eat all the rice and chicken that I could ever desire. So these are selling less than I would have anticipated. What is it? Where we go? We have to come all the way down here. Where are the collector? Commander Deck Set Collector Edition. Here we go. Oh, Commander Deck Set Collector Edition right here. 143 boxes sold. This is insane. This to me is, and I understand it's expensive. I understand it's premium. I understand it's nuts. And maybe it's because we don't entirely know what's in this product yet. But that number just seems low to me. This seems low to me, in my opinion. I knew this was going to not be as high of a selling product because, listen, like when it comes to collector Commander decks, these things, they're expensive. And like, if you don't know what's in them and you're spending all that money, it's pretty insane. But I think they're cool products. I think there's a lot of like merit to it. The question is, how does it do in a set that also contains a collector booster box? We have a collector booster box and a collector deck set in here. And that is, that's going to be a little bit weird. You guys are talking about the other product that I want to talk about today is the bundle. Now, this bundle I really like in a set like MH3, right? We have talked ad nauseum. The chat's talking about the bundle a lot, so I do want to touch on it. We've talked ad nauseum about the fact that, hey, the barrier for entry into the set is quite a bit of money. We're looking at, you want to buy a Commander deck set, you want to buy an out-of-the-box experience. The lowest price point you're going to look at is, the Commander deck set. You're going to look at the Play Booster box. But something like the bundle is a massive win. 1,000 Gregs, thanks for the subscription. 1,000 of you. 1,000 of the Gregs have all subscribed. The bundle, in my opinion, is a really cool opportunity to be like, hey, here's some packs. You can get together with your friends. You can play. You get 9 Modern Horizons 3 play boosters. This used to say 6, but remember, boom, big ad right on the side of the box. Now with 9, why does it keeps changing? Anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. Now with 9 play boosters, so you can get together with friends. You can play some sealed. You can have some fun. Like I like this product as an entry point into like get your teeth wet or get your feet wet. Cut your teeth. Well, I'm just going to mix all of the sayings this morning. This is a big win for me. I like to see this. Blue Controller said the barrier for entry is lower with the bundle versus Commander Masters, where the cheapest was the collector box. Yeah, 100%. That's a big theme that I have been talking about on the channel. Big shout out if you've been catching the recent videos. You'll have caught that's a big theme that I'm talking about. Is this barrier for entry, which helps people get involved. Hey, a lot of indie TCGs do this really well. A lot of new TCGs do this really well. I know we have 2 Ursula's Return booster box opening videos going out, and that's like the point of entry for that of these other TCGs is much more affordable, right? So Magic is looking and saying, hey, we need a way to get in on this whole point of entry thing. So I think the bundle is a big win there, but this is 100% just a player's product, right? When you look at something like here, let's go back and look at a very famous bundle. Let's look at a very famous bundle. Any idea why pre-release kits are almost the same price as the bundle? I'm assuming just because the idea of the promo, right? There's a bunch of hot cards in this set, the idea of getting a promo, and I think the pre-release kit price is set pretty much by what it's going to cost you to go play at your game store. It's pretty readily available, but you never know. Screen Watcher, West Virginia, checking in. Actually, hold on. hold on. Scruffy already checked in, but more West Virginia checking in. Good morning, Screen Watcher. Welcome, and thank you for being a channel member, helping to support the application that we are using right now. You're helping make this happen, so thank you. We have Ursula's Return boxes, a couple more available for the channel members, I was saying, for that point of entry, so look out for those videos coming soon. Oh, but yes, this is a bundle. We'll look at another bundle that I want to say it was a player's bundle, but there's a caveat here. Untapped Games, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Untapped Games. Right here, we see the bundle for Lord of the Rings, a massively successful set. Wildly successful Magic the Gathering product. Really had something for everybody. Really crushed the market and the competition. This is what Modern Horizons 3 is striving to be. This is the greatness that we are chasing. And the bundle here had this secondary pump because the cards in the bundle remained so playable and so popular. There was a massive sale. I think, don't quote me, I think it was MVP Sports that offered a massive discount on the bundle, 6 months after release or whatever it was, and they pumped. They went crazy. So 4,000 bundles just to get their hands on that product. I don't think we'll see that with Modern Horizons 3 bundles. I wouldn't expect a pump like that. But as a consistent entry point product, it's coming in at 453 units sold. I'm a big fan of the bundle. Pushing up the foil stamp, yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe. Let's see here. Let's pop in and check just the bundle, the price history on the bundle. Here we go. Pop in and check that, and we see pretty much exactly what we expect, right? So we pop over here. This bundle is doing pretty much exactly as we expect. It's going down, and then the bundle we want to compare this to is the Lord of the Rings bundle here. If we pop over and we go boop, boop, we see this Lord of the Rings just random pump. 6 months after release was because of this bundle that went on sale via MVP Sports and sold just a metric boatload of units. It was a massive sale. A massive, massive sale. So, frequent watcher, just tuning in Star Wars Unlimited Mistake. We will be, yes, we're going to be talking about that. That is our topic number 2 to talk about today as we stay on track. And that one, we might do one of those things where we clip it up into a YouTube video, because I want to get pretty ranty about the Star Wars Unlimited, what I perceive to be a mistake and possible potential hearsay mistake. Remember, all of that information will be hearsay. These guys, what do you guys think? I don't like I have so many lights in here, I get such bad headaches that I have to wear these to make sure I can live stream, but these are like extra glary. I feel like these are super extra glary. What do you guys think? Super extra good. You know what we could do? Oh. Since we're going to look at hot products, we could wear sunglasses. All right, so cheers to each and every one of you guys for hanging out today. Again, if you have your caffeine, hold it high. Good morning. I hope everyone's Friday is starting off well. I know mine is. I know this is how I like to start my Friday. And how I don't like to start my Friday is any negativity. So I'm going to try to talk about, the rumor mill, what's going on with Star Wars Unlimited, what the potential is, and also acknowledge that we might not have the full story, right? So while we have this conversation, let's go ahead and let's pull up some Star Wars Unlimited sales, right? Let's see, we have passed the 10,000, we're into the 12,000 boxes sold. Spark of Rebellion, this is for all of Star Wars Unlimited, so this would go set by set. For those who don't know, rocking the Starbies, yes. For those who don't know, you can actually take a game that has multiple releases, let's say something like Fab, and you can do a summary, and this is how many boxes of just the game, all of the releases combined, sell on a month-to-month basis. So this is a pretty neat little addition to the tool here, where you can look and say, hey, Magic takes a second to load, because guess what, there's a boatload of Magic sales. We can see how many boxes per month of Magic the Gathering sell, and as we add more releases and more sets to the tracker, we see hey, That number is going to go up over time. So this is just another thing that makes this project so cool. But Star Wars Unlimited, the Spark of Rebellion. We see really solid sales data. Star Wars Unlimited Spark of Rebellion, definitely a solid release. More solid than I anticipated. I will be honest. I didn't think that this was going to pop off in quite the same way. Cardboard Guy and Anger Collections, yo, 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 and hello, everyone. Good freaking morning to each and every one of you. But it did pop off. It did take. And Star Wars Unlimited had an opportunity to not, let's not be hyperbolic. They weren't going to be a Disney Lorcana, right? They weren't going to be this massive game that sold, you know, this many thousands of boxes on every release consistently over the course of years. I mean, at this point, Disney Lorcana, listen, you can't deny that this thing's a success. You just can't do it. You can't deny the success of this product. Every set seems to do extremely well, but Star Wars Unlimited had an opportunity to mimic this in a small way. Star Wars Unlimited had the opportunity to take a popular IP, build a TCG that is a really good game out of that IP, and then reach as many people as possible. Really dig your hooks in and get involved in as many communities, many pockets of various gaming communities, sub-communities, game stores, and just, you know, sink your teeth in and say, hey, for at least the next year, you're going to focus on us a little bit. Part of your wallet attention, your actual attention is going to be spent on Star Wars Unlimited. But that's a tough place to be in TCGs, in fairness. And again, I'm anything if not fair to everything, you know, everything that we cover here. I try to zoom out and take some of my emotion out of it, at least, and really be balanced in my opinion. And when it comes to Star Wars Unlimited, they had to find a way to do that, but also remain collectible. And it's not a secret, right? Spark of Rebellion, the Star Wars Unlimited set, if we take a look at singles, has a collectible angle. There is a collectible angle to this product, and that is a good thing. We on this channel here believe that having collectible aspects to your trading card games is important. You have to have some value in your cards when you buy and sell and build these decks and trade with people at your game store. You have to have some way to apply intrinsic value. So this is a massive win. However, they did it at the expense of spreading their game, and too much in this direction, if you ask me. And the news for Star Wars Unlimited revolves around Set 2. This idea that Set 2 will only be distributed, at least initially, to game stores that took Set 1. And I gotta be honest with you, when we learned who the company that was making Star Wars Unlimited was, I didn't anticipate this being the problem. I anticipated too many boxes of Star Wars Unlimited. I anticipated Star Wars Unlimited just constantly tanking and being, overprinted and boxes being given away at your local McDonald's. I did not anticipate, hey, we're going to highly limit and swing the pendulum so far in the other direction that boxes on the secondary market right now are super expensive and hard to come by. Like I can't do box openings for channel members anymore because I can't get my hands on any boxes. But even more than that, I didn't expect them to lean into Set 2 and at least start it off that way. I thought for sure they would pull a Disney Lorcana and say, whoa, 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 whoa. We would see a graph similar to this, and we'd see a situation similar to this, where Disney Lorcana, the first chapter, came out and it was hyped. It was hyped. Phew, air horns in the chat. Except it wasn't really available. They underprinted it, and Ravensburger came out, and to their credit, and I was critical of Ravensburger for screwing up their print run in the first place, and then I gave them their flowers for fixing it, because they vastly underestimated their demand. I understand if you underestimate a little bit. They underestimated way too much. Much like Star Wars Unlimited underestimated their demand way too much. The difference is Star Wars Unlimited doesn't seem to be fixing the problem. Where Ravensburger, we see a situation like this. The product had a second and third wave, and as the product hit the secondary market and came out, box prices tanked. We can actually see the tanking of box prices. We can see draft booster box prices coming out, and as soon as draft booster box prices tanked, as soon as the prices tanked, what did we do as a community? We love this product. We want in. To everyone saying that games like this are just scalpers, they're just flippers, these numbers definitely say otherwise. Definitely say otherwise. So Star Wars Unlimited had this similar opportunity, and we live in this situation with Star Wars Unlimited. And here we'll go to the draft booster box as our main example. We live in this situation where we've seen the price spike, we've seen the price increase, and we underestimated our print run, and we can't take it back. We can't go back in time and reprint more. This was a mistake. We did it. It happened. We got to fix it. But then to lean in for set 2 and say, hey, the people getting set 2 are going to be those who took set 1, instead of, hey, we're going to print a lot more of set 2 and try to spread this game. Especially now, word's out. The noise is out there. People know about Star Wars Unlimited. We have people's attention. Let's try to spread this game. And it is a balancing act. I understand it's a balancing act. It still has to be collectible. The box price can't go to 0. You can't Pokemon this thing up, right? I totally get it. But you have to do better at the balancing act than this. You have to do better than we're just going to be a highly limited product. Like, you have the Star Wars IP. It makes sense for certain products to be a bit more limited. We've talked about it on this channel before, the new Flesh and Blood set. Fab is fighting I've lost all my collectors battle, and I'm trying to find a way to get someone to collect my product. And they're an established game with an established community, so they're leaning into the print fewer boxes. That we're going to spark collectability by just printing fewer boxes. And to their credit, they're sparking collectability doing something, right? They're attempting to spark collectability doing something. Sorcery is sparking collectability in its own way. I love that Sorcery Beta is saying, hey, we have limited, we're going to keep the boxes flowing at a reasonable rate. We're going to be pulled back quite a bit. The boxes are going to flow at what we consider to be a reasonable rate. We are not going to flood the market. We are not going to freak out and over reprint, because we know we're a new TCG. We have a new TCG community, a smaller community, and we are going to accept that and lean in. And because of that, they're able to satiate some of their fans and keep that collectability. So there's this balancing act that has to be done. It has to be done, and it does seem that Star Wars Unlimited is, let's just call it what it is. They seem to be dropping the ball there. They seem to be leaning so far into the limited nature of a product that they are definitely missing out on spreading the game. And this is where it's almost tougher to be a game that has its own IP. And I'll answer some questions in chat here in a second, but it's tougher to be a game with its own IP, or without its own IP, when you lean into a fan's IP, because you have to expect a influx of people from that IP or interest or eyeballs coming from that medium. But how many of those people are going to stick around, right? You have to play this really difficult balancing act of how many people of those are going to stick around, how many of those are actual fans, how many people will continue to play TCGs as we release more and more sets, because as we know here on this channel, TCGs are not for everyone. They're a niche hobby. So all in all, if the rumors are true, we say this again, it's a rumor. It's a rumor. I've heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. It might be very well substantiated. There could be things that I don't understand about it, but I don't like the fact that we are leaning so much into this limited nature with a game that seems like it would do much better on the store shelf. Anything with a Star Wars logo on the store shelf generally has an advantage, and I would like to see that advantage, I guess, capitalized on. You guys say, just saw the May the Zoo dropped. Where's George? Sandals or that resort where the old people wear no clothes? I have no idea. Disney scalpers, fierce lot, worse than concert ticketers. Oh my goodness. Disney scalpers. I mean, I think with Lorcana we can put that to bed. I think we can put that one to bed. The events there's like 2,000 ticket events, my guy. I think we can put the scalper, the only people buying this product are scalpers, to bed. Brett Johnson, Lorcana was non-existent in my area. Only recently I've been seeing Lorcana readily available, which is a bummer. has kept me away. Oh yeah, listen, the Ravensburger dropped the ball on their first print run, but they have since fixed it. They have realized that they are better on the shelf. Now, there will be a moment. There will be a moment. There will be a moment that they overprint and it swings the other way. That's gonna happen. But that's the life of a TCG. Everyone does it. That's not cause for concern. That's not cause of, oh, Lorcana freaks out. I'm telling you now that that's going to happen. Nobody just dials it in. I mean, look at Pokemon. Pokemon dials it. They're all over the place. All over the place. They can't figure it out. They just bounce everywhere. That's just my opinion, though. Baron, I never got to play now and now never will. That's not true. I mean, I think they will fix it, Baron. I think they were going to fix Star Wars. I think Star Wars is going to become more readily available. I wish they would have leaned in earlier. It said Fab is getting fun gameplay. Yeah, I mean, listen, Fab gameplay's always been fine. It's they've had swings, they've had ups and downs where they tried different things and maybe should have play tested their sets that they released. But the issue has been, collectability, the price of the box on the shelf, trying to keep that somewhat stable as we look. I mean, I'm screamed at every single time I talk about Fab. Oh, just look at Everfest. Open it and you can make $1 million. Well, then how come everyone in Fab is not just making $1 million all the time? Like, you got to have someone to sell this stuff to. There's a million arguments to have, but gameplay's never been the issue, right? Gameplay has always been kind of what they base it around. It's just my opinion that for a trading card game, you have to have more than just that. You have to have people to attack this thing from multiple angles. And I know, like, for some people, that's blasphemous. Like, say, hey, our trading card game has to be versatile, has to be playable, has to, have a story and have an emotional way to get people to connect to it. It also has to have, collectability and value and tradability. And they're like, no, that's not the case. It's a game. It's meant to be played. I'm like, yeah, but it's also attacked at several different angles. So Yoko says 100 boxes would be selling well every week. Oh, Star Wars is too big of an IP. Cardboard Guide says this data from TCG Player. It is. Was talking about internal run. Glad the company stepped up. Ravensburger said they would overprint it. Yeah. It's gonna be overprinted for sure. Got my first enchanted yesterday. Super Goof for the win. Let's go. Big shout out. Super Goof. And then let's take a look too. We talked a bit about Lorcana. Let's make sure that we've run. What's the date today? 24th? Doom. All right. Let's make sure. So we have run the tool. The Lorcana section of the tool has finished. Let's just take a peek at some Lorcana products. And there's a caveat here, because Ursula's Return is not keeping pace. Ursula's Return is slowing down, but there's something going on here that I think helps Ursula's Return justify the slower sales. I don't think it's doom and gloom for Ursula's Return. I think the set looks like a lot of fun. I think the Enchanteds look fun, but there is something going on here. And actually, if we head on over to TCG Player and we take a look at Ursula's Return, we're going to see exactly what I'm talking about when we go to buy our booster box. Gosh, this Super Goof looks so good. Can we just talk about how good this Super Goof looks? Shout out to Yoko pulling this thing. This card looks so good. I think Disney, hot take, Disney Lorcana cards are the only modern TCG cards worth getting graded. Disney Lorcana Enchanted's the only modern TCG cards worth getting graded, like snap on pull, because the game has proven its mettle a little bit, right? You'll always have Disney collectors. You kind of have a bit of a fallback, a bit of a floor there. It feels like a safe thing to do. Now, obviously, get graded what you want to get graded. I'm not telling you not to get. I'm getting Brothers War serialized artifacts graded. Some of them are going to come back with like a 6 because the print quality on those is terrible. But Disney Lorcana cards seem super safe to get graded. In fact, I think I really want to buy a Minnie Mouse and get it graded. Someone said we don't talk about. I got the we don't talk about Bruno Enchanted. I don't like the enchanteds that aren't characters. I'm already a Disney Lorcana boomer. If you could be a boomer for a game that came out less than a year ago, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm the boomer. I am him. He is me. I don't like the enchanted cards that aren't characters. Give me characters and characters only, baby, for my enchanteds. I like that to be like the collectible, the big hit, the big thing is the character that I have fallen in love with. I am total boomer on Disney Lorcana, but we were talking Disney Lorcana. Disney Lorcana booster boxes here, when we look at the sale on TCG Player, have this new, hey, you want to buy this product? You want in? Guess what? Guess what? You cannot get this thing shipped until 5/31. And this banner, in my opinion, when you can go down to the game store and buy these boxes, is going to hurt the online pre-sales of these items. And that's a totally fair critique, right? This is a new variable that has entered the chat. Not allowed to ship this thing on, you can't ship this thing on game store release. You can't ship it until the major public big box release. So the shipping date for when game stores could send this thing out online through, public marketplaces changed. And this to me is a big deal. This is a big deal. So that might be, a little reason why we're seeing something like that. But even though we're seeing that, the numbers are pretty jarring, right? They're pretty jarring. And I would say that I think there's a couple things going on here. Into the Inklands offered a brand new card type. We were still coming off a bit of the high. We were coming off a lull kind of. And I say lull, it's not really a lull. Rise of the Floodborn did way better than people give it credit for. So that, I don't think that's fair. But, Into the Inklands had a bit more going for it, in my opinion, with a bit more hype than Ursula's Return does. I think Ursula's Return in the long run might actually be a better set. We've got 2 more booster box openings of Ursula's Return coming on the channel. 2 slots have sold. I did procure 2 more boxes. We have 2 more Into the Inklands boxes available. If you're in the Discord, there's a pinned link and you want a box and you're a channel member, even if you're not, because I have a little bit extra of it, make sure you can ping me in the Discord. We'll get you hooked up with a box opening and we'll try to get you some good pricing too, because stuff like this is fun to open. But I gotta say, I think that banner, right, does a bit of disservice to these pre-sales. Now, something that's interesting, if we look at the actual products that have pre-sold here, and we take a look, let's go, where'd you go, Disney Lorcana? There you are. Look at what's actually selling. The starter deck sets, the number of starter deck sets that sell, release after release after release, that number going down is something that makes a lot of sense, but you never consider until you look at the information. It's something you never think about because hey, more and more people have learned how to play the game. So this becomes not nearly as exciting of a product. We already know how to play the game. I don't need the starter deck. I graduate from the starter deck to the draft booster box. And I think it's interesting. You'll probably see some of those original starter deck sales from Rise and First Chapter be turning into, troves and stuff like that. Look, the individual starter decks for First Chapter were popping off. People just wanted to buy Disney starter decks with their favorite characters in them. And that has faded because you've learned to play the game. You don't buy the starter deck set after set after set after set. You've learned to play. You buy a trove. You buy the new PvP or PvE experience, which... How is this the first game that has a PvE experience? What are we doing? What are we doing? There was another game that's been talking about PvE for 17 years now. 17 years now. Jim R says, late to the show, but Asmodee rep confirmed this week that Star Wars Unlimited is only going to stores that got set 1. We had another LGS ask for it, and since he didn't get set 1, he's not getting... Oh my goodness. We have rumor confirmation live on Jim R. A, big shout out. B, you could be lying to me, but I'm going to take what you're saying as absolute fact because it's just fun to substantiate some of these rumors. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan if that's the case. I got to admit that's not for me. I like to see them lean into the Star Wars IP and do a lot of what Lorcana is doing when it comes to spreading that game and getting that game on shelves. We have Enchanted Stitch and Mickey as well, though. I pulled the we don't talk about. Oh, you like the, yes, talking about who we like in the Enchanted, liking the characters. Let's go. The Enchanted Stitch and Mickey, I think, are great calls. The first 2 Lorcana challenges this weekend in both Atlanta and France. The new set's not legal in those challenges, so there's over 4,000 people who don't even have the new set on their radar. Sure, but... And Donald, I love you. Scruffy Looking Gaming, great friend of the channel, amazing human being. The biggest driver of Lorcana sets are not the people going to the Lorcana challenges. It's much like Pokemon, and that's the vibe I get from the game. The biggest driver of the purchasing of these products is not your hardcore fan. I mean, yeah, and will we see when this becomes legal, will we see a small uptick? I'm sure we will, 100%. But I've done this before. I get so involved in like the OP system and the OP scene. I'm like, well, that drives the sale of the product, and I have been so wrong on that. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. The first wave of 2, but we'll get set 2 afterwards. Yes, Jim. So Jim is saying, back to the Star Wars thing, stores that did not take set 1 are not going to get wave 1 of set 2, but will get wave 2. The problem is, like, pre-release is such a magical moment and a magical time. I think we need more of those going on, in my opinion. Scruffy says, until this weekend is over. Oh, talking about, okay, got you. Let's go. Welcome to the, oh my gosh, F3NRIR Ron. I'm calling you Ron. Ron, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the channel, Ron. Thanks for hanging out. Yoko, game stores get 2 weeks of sales before you can buy online. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think that banner is the reason that we're seeing Ursula's Return off to a bit of a slower start. That's just my opinion on the matter, but that's what I think. Baron of Fab says, I see that. Me with Fab, I like the Marvel heroes, not so much. Yeah, exactly. I like the characters that I connect to, for sure. Equal and statistically, the data is not a good comparison. You need to create time frame on them. Well, yes, except Echo. I'm going to call you Echo. So in fairness, when we do the comparison, we are able to select the sets here. So Ursula's Return and Into the Inklands. I can't spell, so give me a second while I find it. And then we select the pre-release configuration. So this chops Ursula's Return or Into the Inkland sales off at the pre-release configuration. This only considers items sold as pre-release items for this release. So it takes an ongoing pre-release, which we always mention in our conversations, right? Remember, this number is ongoing. This is going to continue to go up. This is locked in stone. So these numbers are compared as a snapshot of a pre-release. So, and then we also have, what does release plus 30 days look like? What does release plus 90 days look like? So we've got that information. So I hear what you're saying, but we did take that into account, and we use that in a lot of our comparisons to make sure that we're being as fair as possible. Same game, same platform. And then there's also things to consider that, just times. You look at like the Brothers War and let's see, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and you take pre-release, right? Like, we sold so much more Lost Caverns of Ixalan than Brothers War. Well, Magic was in a different space in this moment. Magic was viewed upon much more highly. We weren't dealing with copious amounts of Amazon dumps and Wizards of the Coast rumors, and we were much farther from Magic 30th Anniversary Edition. There's always things to consider, but we do our best to, make data comparisons that we do especially through things like the compare tool, to be as fair as possible. Our set 2 will be allocated. They did not have time to print much more, but they're about 20% higher than set 1. Found out all of our actual numbers next week from Asmodee. Not confirmed, but they're not going to allow double dipping from hobby stores. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Not sure about online sales, but in stores, supply of Ursula's Return at launch is less than half of what was available for Inklands. So I'm not hearing that. And I'm not saying, Denzel, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I have heard Ursula's Return was readily available, and Inklands was also readily available. That's what I am hearing. I could be wrong, and I am open to being wrong. And if they cut back on a print run, I don't think they needed to, but it would explain. I mean, one thing Ursula's Return's doing, again, we talked, I don't want to say we weren't negative, we just talked about the information that we had before us. Ursula's Return is amazing. Like, we are well past game store release, right? Oh, buddy, look at the oh, guys, look at the homie tanking the Lorcana market. What are we doing? What are we doing, homie? What are we doing? Why are we tanking the Lorcana market? Anyway, what we're saying is Ursula's Return has been wildly stable, right? This box still being at 140 is a wildly stable release. No, no. Leaks. Is Lorcana already dead? I cannot stress this answer enough. No. No. Lorcana is alive and well. I'm going to workshop this take for all of you guys. Everyone hold on to your butts. Everyone get ready to yell at me in chat. Is everyone ready to yell at me in chat? I think in America, Lorcana is very clearly the third largest trading card game. I don't think it's close. I think in the United States, Lorcana at the moment, and now can they sustain it? That's the magic isn't having the high peak, it's sustaining the peak and keeping people around. Yell at me in chat. That's fine. I don't think it's close. I think Lorcana is number 3, and I don't know if there's an argument for anything else as far as size of trading card games in the United States. So that's my Lorcana opinion. And MTG, Magic the Gathering. Oh God, oh no, oh so not dead. Magic is unfortunately for Wizards of the Coast, because they're gonna keep doing exactly what they're doing. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I don't know. Like, the 2 most recent sets of the other games that you talked about. I don't. Leaks, I'm not feeling that take. I like hot takes on the channel. You know me. I'm a big fan of hot takes. I don't know. I don't know if we can do that one. Yeah, I don't think we can have that take. I don't think that one works. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for hot takes. Union Arena, the MTG killer. Jim, let's go. We got a lot less of Ursula's Return than Inklands and Ordered More. Okay. All right. Maybe. Hey. Hot take. Limited print run. Ursula's Revenge. Ursula's Return. I know Lorcana and Star Wars helps prop up the hobby and industry the way MTG, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Have done. Yeah, I think Lorcana, they've corporatized, and this is a funny little rant before we end the stream today. Lorcana and Star Wars Unlimited corporatized the idea of being your second game, right? Marcus Betts, welcome to the stream. Marcus Betts, Discord channel member, Discord goat, Discord awesome human, stream human of the century. One of many. There are many stream humans of the century, but Marcus is in that group. Oh, Mana Crypt and Special Guest Slot, Oz Caverns XL is the least expensive Magic card available in standard release. Was the last expensive Magic card in a standard release. Is that true? I thought some of the stuff from Thunder Junction is pretty expensive. I thought some of the Vault and Special Guest stuff. No, you can be, hey, the Discord is there for you to be cranky, baby. I thought some of the Thunder Junction stuff got up there in price. But yeah, I mean, not gonna quite compare to the Mana Crypt, but yeah. Whew, this has been a doozy. Didn't Rudy just said Fab being a singles market? All of these games have singles markets. There's 100% singles markets for all of these games. There's singles markets for all of these games. Fab probably more so. When it comes to Fab, we were talking about the value of the box and the lack of collectability in the set was the topic of the conversation, was the aura of the conversation. But yes, there is a singles market to TCGs, 100%. 99 cereals today, 100 cereals should be arriving tomorrow. Marcus, all in on the cereals. Listen, I think my Brothers War collection is going to start to lag very far behind. I have been less than diligent. When I turned and I bought all of the duels. So I bought 2 of every single revised duel, and that put a dent in my cereal collecting. But what do you guys think? Should I go back to serialized Brothers War cards? Should I finish the duel set? Finish the duel set or back to serialized Brothers War cards? Also, do you ever just look at your background and like, well, you might have backgrounds, you might not. You ever just look and think like, what am I doing? My goodness, this has gotten out of hand fast. This really escalated quickly. This definitely became a thing. Yoko says more giant sharks. I have ruined the giant shark market. Yoko, for those who don't know, the sorcery card that I fell in love with, the sorcery trading card game as a collectible is something that is super sweet. I am all about it, dude. I love collecting sorcery. There's something about it that just gets me. And the cards that I fell in love with collecting, I just can't get enough of, is the giant shark. Like the foils from Alpha, they pop. I don't want to take it out of its case because it's in a nice case, and it's really like it's pop. The blues are so deep, the tones are so nice, and like my daughter started to say, she was singing the Baby Shark song when this came out, and I was like, oh, I'll buy sharks. Every time I bought a shark, I'd hand it to her in the case, of course, and she would say, do, like sing the Baby Shark song. It was a wonderful moment for me and my family every time I bought a new shark. But I think I've ruined the shark market. Sharks, people want $60 for alpha foil sharks right now, and that's insane. That's insane. That's insane. And I just like the sharks. Hot take: sorcery is doomed to fail while it's hot. Sell while it's high. Ooh, I don't think it's doomed to fail. I think it'll exist in a space that is not, your Disney Lorcanas, your Star Warses, because it's not meant to be that big. I think it'll exist in a similar space to Fab MetaZoo before, it was run into the ground, which, by the way, I was so on that. Gosh, I don't have many, just always correct takes, but I was just so on that. So that works out. Disney Lorcana Enchanted. Marcus votes both serialized and dual lands. My family votes not to do that because the wallet strain, the wallet fatigue. Sorcery is fun. Now, Sorcery is a game I'm approaching. This is weird for me, strictly as a collector. Did I miss the Star Wars Unlimited talk? Yes, you did, John, but I probably will be cutting it up and putting it into a YouTube video. So if you're subscribed, you'll get a notification and stuff like that. There'll be a Star Wars Unlimited video coming out. I might just reshoot the video because I think it's a topic that deserves a full conversation. So I might do that. What do you guys think? Video, or do you think cut up the live stream? Was the live stream conversation good enough? Because I think the live stream conversation was a good conversation. Our brothers' positions are probably still comparable. The only thing I've really done is a playset of Altar of Dementia. Yeah, I'm more of a one of each. John votes video. Okay. But Yoko just votes. But you guys can't vote both for everything. Maybe Disney. I might buy a Minnie Mouse, and I know that the move, guys. I know the move is to wait. But Minnie Mouse seems pretty cheap. Well, if you got friends that have decks, Scruffy, you're good to go. This looks cheap. I want this card. People play Magic the Gathering, Star Wars, and Lorcana at my LGS, as well as Warhammer tabletop board games. No one has ever even heard of Sorcery, and it's an indie TCG. So Steve-O, it's an indie TCG, and that's That's going to be the case sometime with some of these indie TCGs, right? It doesn't mean it's less of a viable game. It doesn't mean it's not fun. It doesn't mean it doesn't have its community, but I hear you. Listen, we're in a major metropolitan Chicagoland area by me out here, so like you can always, people are playing something all the time. There's always someone playing something. The difference is like you can walk into any store at any moment and there's a game of Magic going on. Like 100%. She will hit $100 when the box release happens next week. Hold out for one more week. If it hits $100, if enchant, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Scruffy, do you see? Hold on. Do you see this stack of gilded foil charms? Just the one that's within arm's reach over here. Oh, hold on. There's another stack. So this is a small stack I use over here for examples and videos. I just keep this within arm's reach over here. I think there's a couple hundred here. This will be Minnie Mouses if they're 100. And I know that's obviously hyperbole. I'm not going to spend that much money on Minnie Mouse. I don't have that much money to spend on Minnie Mouse. Whatever. If she hits $100, there's no chance she hits $100. Hey, pop into my comment section and tell me when I'm wrong. But if she does, whew, buddy. All right, guys, I have to get to work. This has been a fantastic live stream to everyone who has stopped by. What a morning. What a day. It won't last 100. I was just saying it will be on the floor. Okay, ping me. Scruffy, ping me. Good looking out, homie. Hook me up. This has been a blast of a live stream. Screen Watcher, thank you for hanging out. Again, if you haven't considered it yet, consider clicking the join button to help support everything we do here. It's $5 a month. It supports all of these server costs for Cardboard Finance, and all of the data collection and analysis that we do on the channel is supported by channel members. Some of it comes out of my own pocket, but all of the money from channel members goes to this project. If you haven't considered joining yet, please consider now. It does go a long way into making it so I don't have to pay the bill for this thing out of my own pocket. But if not, if you're just subscribed and just watching, I appreciate that more than you can possibly imagine. Doing these live streams, having you guys in the chat to hang out is the best part of my Friday by far. It's not even close. So thank you so much. Go to the beach today, Yoko. Have fun at the freaking beach. That's awesome. I don't think they dropped too much more, but you never know. Glad I caught the end. Yes, Denzel, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. Yoko, have fun at the beach. Steve-O with the input. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we will see you around. All right, everyone. Have a good one.